The player having this card needs to play it at the beginning of the game, and then the game starts. The criminal. When the player has only this card in his hand, he can play it in his turn and win the game.
Accomplice. The person who plays this card becomes the accomplice when the criminal wins. The accomplice wins too. But if the criminal loses, the accomplice loses at the same time. Detective. The player who has this card can play it when there are 3 or less cards in his hand and designate one player who probably has the card criminal. If he has the card, the player who are not criminal and accomplice win the game. Otherwise, the game continues.
Dog. The player who plays this card can designate a player and ask him to abandon a card chosen by himself in his hand. If he discards the card criminal, the players who are not criminal and accomplice win the game. After discarding a card, take the card dog. Ordinary person, no effects. Alibi. If the criminal is designated by detective, but he has this card in his hand, he doesn't need to admit that he is the criminal. Witness. The player who plays this card can designate one player to look his hand.
Rumor. Start with the person who played his card, and everyone needs to pick a card from the player on his right and put it in front of themselves. After everyone is done, take back the card you just drew. Barter. The player who plays this card can designate a player and exchange a card with him, but he can't designate a player with empty hand.
Information exchange. Start with the player who plays card, and everyone needs to give the card to the player on their left and put it in front of themselves. After everyone is done, take back the card you just drew.
How to play. After shuffling the cards, deal 4 cards to each player. The player who has the card first discovers will be first. When it is your turn, you can do the following moves. Step 1. Play a card in your hand. Step 2. Follow the effects of the card. Step 3. Turn to the next player. How to win and when will the game end? Situation 1. If the detective finds the criminal, the detective gets 2 points, and the criminal and the accomplice gets 0 points, and the other players get 1 point. Situation 2. If the dog finds the criminal, the dog gets 3 points, and criminal and the accomplice get 0 points, and the other players get 1 point. Situation 3. If the criminal is played at the end successfully, the criminal and accomplice gets 2 points, and the other players get 0 points.
Okay, first, the first discovery.
Okay, me. Butter. Oh. Butter. You. Me. Rumor. Okay, rumor. Rumor.
Information exchange.
Okay. Witness.
Who?
You.
Item. Ordinary person.
Okay.
Detective.
Who?
Who?
You.
I'm not the criminal.
Me. Are you sure? Information exchange.
Oh.
Yes.
Who? Okay.
Me?
Okay.
You.
Okay. Me. My turn. Ordinary person. Witness. Who? You. Oh. Oh. Me. Alibi.
Wait.
My turn. Dog. You.
Okay. Who win?
The dog.
Dog win.
像肚子饿，
Player who has the card first
这
is
我的歌，
how many
这我
discover
的课
Card
呀，
player
来
on
见来见，我买的
his
还
turn
有剩
and win
哦，
again.
业务买
导演那个幕后花絮
啊，
有什么毛病？
怎么可能没有
导演
改？
要啊，
是我
这样要不我要不出来。
导演兼剪辑师。
没耶，爱情没耶，这回我的肺翻开下一页。哇，好凶啊！这么懒，因为我跟你是不同背景。